New abandoned story, the last performance. His body moved passionately with every note, absorbing the music. His fingers kissed the ivory and ebony keys in changing tempos, the violins in complete harmony, tender and loving, energetic and impressive, or in total silence, listening to the careful touches, waiting to join in. Beethoven was always his favorite composer, particularly number 3 in C minor, opus 1, number 3 to 4, Finale, prestissimo. It was the first music he heard as a little boy of only 2 years old, during a concert at home organized by his parents. He sat in a little chair in the corridor upstairs, looking down at all the guests in their beautiful clothes. Jewelry shone in the light of hundreds of candles, which sent their warmth and the scents of all the different perfumes his way. It did not bother him. With his eyes wide open, he listened and listened. His little hands mimicked the hands of the pianist in the black suit. His head moved in the same rhythm, his blonde and silky hair waved. His little body relaxed when the music was slow, but straightened by a higher tempo. Although he was too young to describe his own feelings, he knew that he had never heard something as beautiful as this. His governess watched him, thinking she needed to talk to his parents. This beautiful child was born to play the piano, and the lessons needed to start at a young age. She did not notice the tears at her wrinkly cheeks. Tears because she knew the childhood of this lovely boy was going to be different than that of other children. But how could she keep it away from him? Look at his face with the soft cheeks that colored red by the emotions he felt. She was right. This evening changed his life. His parents were delighted to learn about the musical gift of the child and looked for someone to teach the boy piano lessons. Their choice was Monsieur Augustin Jouet, a Frenchman famous for tutoring gifted pupils. But Monsieur Jouet never met a child as young as the little boy, who was even at the age of almost 3, also very stubborn. A child that had music in his head, music his hands wanted to play on the beautiful grand piano in the music room. His young attitude drove Monsieur Jouet almost insane by the look of his behavior. Next to the child, the poor boy was never called by his name. He made little jumps on his chair, raised his white hands with the long pointy fingers in the air, dramatically shouting, "Mais non, non, non! The child first needs to learn the scales. He cannot play Beethoven at once." Then shook his head, spreading desperate little drops of sweat. Arguments about his payment, patience, and to his great annoyance also his competence followed. The little child did not understand what was said. He did not even hear it. His head was full of beautiful, almost heavenly music, where dissonance was not allowed. He closed his ears for the ugly music produced by the adult voices. Instead, he let his little wide-spread fingers search for the right tones of the performance he heard during that beautiful evening. In his head, the violins. Please continue reading on my blog, skypelifestyle.blogspot.com. Thank you.